Let's bring in certified financial planner Doug Flynn to discuss what we know. Doug, welcome to the show. Good morning. I'm so glad we're talking about
Good morning.
this.
Yeah, it's timely for sure.
It's timely. So many Americans are worrying about this. It's going to cause delays for financial aid, like I just mentioned.
Yes.
I remember how dependent I was on FAFSA many years ago. But what kind of pressure does this put not only on the schools, but the students and the parents?
Quite a bit. We used to have to get it in October, so that was plenty of time in advance to get it done. And now it's like, the website came out with problems, as federal websites tend to do, and trying to get that information in. I think you still need to get that information in as quickly as possible by the end of this month so that you can get those calculations as quickly as possible. Students do need to pick their schools by May 1st. It doesn't leave you a lot of time to get your aid packages back and decide which one you ultimately want to go to, because those student aid packages really do make a difference in which school a lot of kids choose to go to.
Well, I think it's infuriating for so many parents is the delay is because the education department is correcting a mistake they made, a $1.8 billion mistake that would have lowered the amount aid students actually received. So should parents remain stressed if this delay means more money for their kids?
I don't know how stressed you should be other than just get it done. There are some pickups on the Pell grant for people below the poverty line, which is great. You'll automatically get the maximum now of almost $7,400. Even people making less than $70,000 will get a pickup in the Pell grant. Even if you make over $100,000, you should still apply through the FAFSA, because the school uses that information for determining grants and other aid at the school level, even if you don't necessarily qualify from the federal level. I think you just got to hunker down here now and get it in now that the website's operating, and this way you're closer to getting the information that you do need. There are some changes too that are affecting people that are causing some concern, though.
In this country, there are 17 million students that are waiting for aid. 17 million students. You mentioned some options that these parents have. What can parents do to pay for school? You mentioned the Pell Grant.
Yes. I mean, the calculations are going to be different. They should know, like in the past, if you had a divorced situation and the child was living with the parent that didn't make any money, that's who would file. Now the government wants the information to who provided the most financial support, and they're going to automatically link in the tax returns. So people are going to be changing, how the calculations, they don't know what they got last year if they had a child in school, what it's going to look like this year. So it's really hard to plan under the gun here, getting the information late for this year. As far as longer term goes, you have to be really careful. Putting money away in a child's name and their social security number under the UTMA ownership comes back to bite you later on, because they use a higher calculation against qualification, and that money's the child's at age 21, whether you like it or not. So looking to the 529s, doing whatever you can, as small as it is there, is really something that you should consider.
Doug, any long-term implications here?
I don't think so. I think, like anything else, when they come out with the new rules, then people will figure it out how they need to adjust their life accordingly. One of the other big takeaways is that there used to be a break if you had more than one child in college at the same time in the calculation. That's gone. So people who used to rely on, I had my kids close together and now they're both in college, at least that'll help me. Now it doesn't help you at all. So I think I don't think people are going to change when they have their kids. They're not going to have them for 4 years apart just to pick up some financial aid. but I think until we really know how everyone goes through the process and see what the ramifications are, then maybe some people will adjust.
There's a lot of focus on incoming students and transfer students, understandably so. But what about a delay in financial aid for those students that are returning back to campus or going back to school?
Yeah, I think the schools are a great resource, by the way. Calling your school's financial aid office, I think they're all in the same boat, and they're going to do everything they can. They want the students to come back. That's one of the biggest things that's important to them. So they will work with you. I think they'll anticipate what they can and apply that to get you through the process so that you can worry a little bit less in most cases, and then work it out when they get all the final numbers. But I think the existing people will just have to kind of deal and see how the chips fall. But it's the first-year students that have no idea and might be making a choice between School A and School B, where really the problems are in this situation.
There's already so much stress when you're going into college. Should be an exciting time. Doug Flynn, thank you so much for all that insight and context. Thank you.